Hey folks, this is part two of the Cisco Jabber and Video Client. In this portion, I'm going to cover the VC Lounge a little bit better. The first thing that you need to do is in the documentation, right? And I'm going to go over how to get to that. So the J drive, right? To the J drive, IT help, video conferencing. There is a Jabber and Lounge user guide, and in that user guide, it first talks about your lounge activation. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to activate your lounge. Okay, so you're going to go to this website, and when you activate the lounge, it's going to ask you to set up a guest pin, a host pin, and it gives you some important information on how to call different ways. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get signed in. It should be your full email, even if you've had Cisco Jabber for Video, which I covered in number one, in video one. Your login here is your full email with your password that we've already distributed to you. Okay, so you go to here. Mine's already set up, so you're not going to see the same thing initially, but it should walk you through. The important thing here is there is no way to dial out from this interface. So this is only to set up your VC Lounge. Don't use it to call out. We'll go over that in a minute. So we go to the guest pin. You set up a host pin. That is the pin that you use when you log in, and a guest pin. That is a pin that you give to your users when they want to call you. And you could change it by simply clicking on the pin. I'm going to change my host pin once I'm done with this meeting, so you don't get the idea to call me or to take it. Now over here, I do not want you to pay attention to these items. Okay, you cannot start a call from here. Okay, this is only to set up your VC Lounge. The other good thing about this site is it's how to join. Now here, it goes through the different ways to join, right? So it tells you if you want someone to join you, your VC Lounge, they just simply call your room at daniel.schmeling.j@call.vc. And then you give them, you don't give them the host pin. That's your pin. You give them the guest pin. So let's say I wanted to call my VC Lounge from my client, right? I simply type in the address that's there, right? Daniel.schmeling, I think it came up, .je@call.vc. I click call, and it's going to enter into my lounge. Now I go to the keyboard and I enter in that guest pin that I've been given, right? So now I'm waiting for the host. The host has to join before you can open up that VC Lounge, okay? So you can call from there, from your client. A person can call you from their client, or you can just do web calls, and I'll go over that in just a minute. The other thing that I want you to pay attention to here is someone can call your room via audio. Okay, this was a big positive thing that everybody asked for is, how could someone join my room via audio? Well, you click on the phone, you click on the international dials. Let's say you have several customers, right? You can then find which number of the country they're from, right? So let's say they're from the United States. There's the number, right? And you simply then give them your bridge, right? Which was, I think I went to the wrong one. Yep. Sorry about that, folks. Let me get that back. There we go. So you find the number with that PDF. You give them this information, right? So they dial that number, they enter in this key followed by this, and they enter in your guest pin or your host pin. You don't give them the host pin. The host pin's for you, but you give them the guest pin, right? Which is up here, 1111. Someone can join your VC Lounge audio, okay? The other positive thing about this is that Skype for Business is able to call into your VC Lounge. You give them the Daniel.Schmeling, right? You give them this information, right? And their Skype client will call in to your VC Lounge, okay? So how do you get to your VC Lounge? Well, you can do it two ways. You can call from your client, right? I can call from my client, which is okay, right? I can call from here, right? I just showed you how to do that. So I'm calling into my VC Lounge room. I'm going to enter in my host pin, right? And so now I'm in my lounge, right? So now people can call into my lounge, audio or video, right? Without issue. So we'll go ahead and disconnect. The other way to call into your lounge is via web page, okay? You can call it in using either Google Chrome or Internet Explorer. Firefox does not work. The best browser is Chrome. And I'll tell you why here in just a minute. So we go to this web address, right? webrtc.visionsconnected.com, web app // If you forget that for some reason, it is in this VC Lounge video, okay? It is in this VC Lounge manual. I said video, but manual. So I would recommend you save that as a favorite right there so you know. And this is what you can use while you're on the VPN. You tell people to call your lounge, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter in my VC Lounge information. I'm going to enter in my name. I'm going to say connect, and I want to connect with audio and video. For whatever reason, each time it usually prompts me to connect with my mic. It didn't this time, but if you should get something with a little pop-up that says allow, it's just asking for your mic to work, and that's okay. I'm going to enter in my host pin. I'm going to click connect. So now I am connected. Okay, I'm connected to my VC Lounge. When other people join it, I'll see them here. Okay, if I want to minimize myself, I can. Hide myself view, open it.
You are the only participant in the meeting.
Right, when I'm the only participant, I'm not going to see other things. If I wanted to disconnect people from my VC Lounge, I click on the gear and I could disconnect. If I want to mute a guest, it's in this gear and you mute. Or I could lock the conference. Let's say I'm talking about something that I don't want everybody to come in and invade or whatnot. I can lock it. This add participant does not seem to work well. I haven't been successful. So I'm going to tell you, if you want someone to join your VC Lounge, just give them your information here and tell them to call you in your VC Lounge. Okay? I can mute my mic. I could close my camera. I could disconnect the call. And here is share feature, right? I can share my entire screen, which you're probably not going to see. I'll have to install something. Or I can share a PDF. Right, and because I'm not called into somebody, it's not going to share, right? So it'd probably just sit there because nobody's called into my VC Lounge. So then I just select what I want to start presenting and then present it, okay? So I'm presenting this here. If I want to stop presenting, I simply click where I did it, right? So I can select my file, I can add a file, right? And it seems that PDF is the best thing to share. Again, this is the share screen. It looks like you have to install some components. I'll go ahead and see if I can get that working. Okay, so let's see if that works now. I added an extension, so you'll probably have to do a service desk if that's the case, right? All right, so it is working now. It's probably going to echo in, right? So I am sharing my screen. And there it is. All right, so make sure that if you need to share your screen for whatever reason, you're going to have to put in a service desk, obviously, for Google Chrome because sharing screen is not working in Internet Explorer, and they would have to install that installation piece. Another helpful thing on your VC Lounge is you have this I, you click on that, it gives you some information about the call. So you could copy this by using snipping tool in case you're starting to have problems with the VC client or the VC lounge, and send this to Visions Connected, right? And that's support.visionsconnected.com, right? I went over that in meeting one. Or you can make your screen bigger and smaller. And again, this is my presentation. So that's pretty much all you've got with the VC lounge, right? Remember, people can call into this audio and you'll see them here. And all the people that join will be listed here, and they should be listed as guests. You're the only host of your room, okay? And this is what you use when you're connected to the VPN, okay? They call your room, okay? You cannot call a room. Let's test that. Let's show you what happens. Let's try Daniel.Schmeling at JohnsonElectric.com, right? Let's test this as a guest. So so I am I'm going to answer that. So I did get called in. Okay, that's excellent. I'm going to disconnect that. So it looks like it's a little bit flaky. I've tried several different ways. I've tried adding different participants. So maybe it's Google Chrome. I tried Internet Explorer earlier today. So you could add a participant and just dial them.
You are the only participant.
And you want to use SIP protocol, and you want to type in their soft client, which is usually first name dot last name at JohnsonElectric.com. All right, folks, I hope this was helpful. I hope to hear your comments soon, and thanks. Have a great day.